Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to get this game underway. It's map number 1 in our best of 3 today. It's Inferno, the pick of Team NKT as they start on the T side. I'm NKT, joined by Retro as per usual. This game's about to get started, Ryan. In towards mid already. Come on, we're first.
Let's go. Straight into it. Come on. He's going to find the opening kill. Look at this. He sticks around for a second. Makes it look easy with the USP. Even when he gets the one-shot headshot range, Cabal. A third. No stopping him. Dobry really walking to the guillotine as well. Take a foul, Cabal. What a way to enter the server. IHC on the board. 1-0. That is a cracking beginning for Cabal.
If that isn't a confidence play, mate, I don't know what is. That is brilliant. I know, he just runs into mid. Doesn't even care. No utility at all. No support utility once. He was like, oh, come on. I'll be fine. I'll just take him on. And it worked. It's really well done from him. Divine 4 kills. And, of course, he can comfortably pick himself up an M4A1S and a whole host of utilities around him, too.
No waste this match. Got to be careful. The nades have done good damage score. He's available to help out though. IHC, well, it's a bit of a weird one because KNT said he's taking a bit of a half by everyone else's board. Has brought that back down to ground level. Annihilation finding a couple with the Deagle eventually. Cabal will find his 5th in 2 rounds. IHC to follow.
Yeah, not a bad start, is it at all for them? Because it's a map like Inferno, which is quite puggy inherently in its nature, it does allow for IHC just to heavily rely on their aim, right? Their mechanical prowess is one of the best in this region and for a good reason. And so far, so good. And of course, for NKT, that was a full buy. So it's round number 3, still not really got too much to work with.
Hey. Casual util set for IHC USP. Oh my word. What is it with pistols?
Yeah.
Just now what? The 5th kill that we've seen? One tap headshot USP looking quite nice design. Oh, taken out. It was an angle that either he goes ham and kills one or he loses his life. You wouldn't expect the second man. If you blitz, he will eventually capture on fire, but the Tech 9 has found 2 kills, the 2v2 Neo.
Yeah, that's causing a couple issues, and only problem really for NKT is that low HP. Impressions down to 4 points. Spot the barrel, swinging in. Dinked in the making, though. KNT's down to 11. What can he find? Impression with the Eagle trying to deliver. They will be able to get the site, though, and it could allow for a bomb plant.
Smokes dropped both ways, and that will give Impression that much-needed space and time to set that C4 down, as you said. Now chalked up to a retake. HP in favour of IHC. Utility in favour of IHC. Time. I mean, sure, it does work in favour of NKT, but unfortunately with the defuse kit and the low HP, it all adds up. The pressure too much to handle on IHC. They'll get themselves their 3rd.
Yeah, and the main positive sign there, really, for Team NKT with that sort of buy, get a bomb down. Bomb down gives them a little bit of a more comfortability in terms of their economy heading in towards round number 4, so they'll take that all the same. That Tech 9 doing God's work as well, finding a nice double in towards mid, really opened up the round and gave potential for Team NKT to potentially find a round in which they definitely shouldn't have even been able to contest. Now we see a full buy coming through. The A will be picked up by Annihilation, but one also picked up by 9-2.
Flash dropped in. Nine's got to be careful as he takes the fight. The blitz, well, it's found the first. IHC, considering this is the NKT map pick, I know we're 3 rounds in and I've only seen 1 kill on the full buy, but how confident they're being. Banana control looks good. The mid play at the beginning looked good for Cabal. Like, you can't stop them. They'll go wherever they want, and NKT bow down to it.
Hey, mate, as they say, blitz in the name, blitz in the game. He's running it down Banana, and he's got so much control immediately. A smoking towards D, Banana denies all of that presence and forces them back over towards the chokehold that is A, and that's exactly what they're falling into.
Smokes drop, nade in as well. Good look towards mid. No information just yet. Very slow. Very methodical. NKT realising the man disadvantage plus KNTZ hit tagged low. They've got to be careful. Very, very careful. One misclick, one misstep. That'll be the end of their round and the end of their 4-buy. And IHC will be waiting patiently with open arms ready to just swipe at them.
It's slow. 30 seconds to work with. They're making their way over towards B. There's 2 players here to meet them. 1 rotating away. It's a wrong decision, but it could work quite nicely. Shot from 9 for the first. Annihilation will fall. Smoke dropped in as well, looking for a second. Won't be given it, but the time is dwindling.
19 seconds. They've got to commit or they've got to save. There's no loitering in that. They'll take the latter rather than the former. It is just moving away. AWP 2 AKs. No money given across, but IHC 4-0 ahead. This is a cracking start to Inferno. This is exactly what IHC wanted to do to get over the hurdle, the boundary that NKT would set being their map pick. And we were talking about Inferno is set up. It's a must-win for NKT. We know IHC are more than happy to punish across the rest of the board, especially when you look to their map pick, obviously, of Nuke. IHC are in a really nice spot right now, and NKT still second best. They'll go for another rebuy, try and support these save weapons, but if they don't, that's it. Cutthroat back to pistols.
That's it. It's one of those things, you know, you're starting to get quite concerned. And the story of too little, too late starts to kind of enter your mind a little bit, right? If they set themselves up into a really, really strong CT half here, NKT are going to struggle to kind of chip that deficit away, and that's where things become problematic. The save call was good, though. I think it was a necessity. Arthur, they lost that initial AWP battle over towards B. They couldn't try and force their way back in towards that site. Now again, reset, re-looking for another way back in. Over towards AAP's got a bit of control, and they found success here before.
Slow. Methodical once more. Drop towards middle. Blitz. Now this is cheeky. Sitting so close. Sometimes it could be a good thing. Sometimes it could be something terrible. I've just realised there is a sticker on an AK of an IHC
I see,
logo.
yeah. I was thinking that as well. That's support cool. For the region. Yeah, I like that. That's what I really like about it. Yeah, it's like, you know, they made it. They deserve the stickers. It's a gold one too as well.
Delay it, mate, towards middle. That's a great shot from KNTZ, but 9's Molly available to trade. A more passive approach has to be taken towards A, but for IHC, a man disadvantage quickly chalked up to level pegging here in the 4v4. 30 seconds left as well.
What do they do here as well? The AWP again to look for a bit of room, and it works this time. Cabal will fall. M4 going aggressive. Good for the first. We're going to make it a second as well. Won't be able to deliver. Impression trades out. And now with 2 remaining, do IHC, how do they try and get back in towards the site?
Well, got to definitely put up some form. A 2 versus 3 scenario. Blitzy the one will be towards Banana, but he's going to need all 3. Annihilation's AWP has cracked open the kill feed for NKT, and it will be the AWP 3K to secure their first. The T side on the board, it's 4-1.
At the very least, a start. They're starting to find something, and they need to. They're picking up these massive full buys, and, you know, we saw in that previous round, they had to go for the early save call. This is the time for them now to start to chip away at the deficit, but also find momentum on their side. They need to for this T side if they want to make this map their favor, and of course, potentially push this towards a 3-mapper. Much better. And of course, now over towards IHC. Not the best of buys. Double MP9 setup, not the greatest.
Not ideal, is it? And considering you won 4 in a row, maybe you'd expect the weaponry to be a little bit more secure and a little bit more balanced for the IHC side. 9 still finding a advantage. It is just looking too good to be true right now.
And an upgrade, I think, is one of the most important things too, right? The AK picked up instead of the MP9. That is one thing that they're really going to be very happy about thus far. Now, 1 minute 10 to work with, and again for Team NKT, they're going to be pushed out and denied a presence towards the site just off utility alone.
We've got to be very cautious about it all. Very slow, Nia. Very, very slow. Towards apartments, Techno. For a couple. Flash. Find 1. Blitz a second. Yeah, this is a mop-up. As soon as that first kill came in, it looked promising for IHC. No problems whatsoever.
And this is really just credit to how IHC are setting up on their CT side. They're not overextending. We saw, you know, a little bit of early aggression coming through when they had the better firepower, but now they just invite that pressure through from NKT, deny them with the utility, and then find the favorable peaks. It works oh so easy for them. A 4 remaining alive. IHC make it a 5th on the board, and once again, that question of too little too late is starting to become a big factor here, where if IHC build up such a wealth of a lead on their CT side, you'd beg to differ that they can probably find at least the closing rounds on the T side.
Yeah, again, just comfortable, right, for IHC. Sure, they lost the last round, but this has done so much more economical damage to NKT than it has of IHC. You can see Galil, Tech9s, a CZ, there's even a Glock on Annihilation, you know. We shouldn't be in a position where we have to take a Glock into round 7. Crazy, crazy.
And that's, you know, him wanting to have the ability to pick up an AWP in towards the next round, which is kind of, they have to hinder themselves so much into round number 7, jumping across, but shot with the AWP and a multiple time, all that presence. They might even run through it, and they are. This is so aggressive, and it might just work. Need to come through, might cause a bit of damage, but they've got long control.
Yeah, Techno looking for more. Damage is looking fruitful. Blitz will find the opener to close the gap is the CZ. Techno finds the tag, and the audio cue will give it all away. And that is Bliss for IHC. Only the 1 kill given across, but they've got themselves a 6th.
That got a little bit, you know, too close for comfort in terms of they had long control and they had a bit of a wrap coming through as well through apartments. I was starting to get concerned, but Techno does level the playing field just a little bit. 6-1, a 5-round lead. And this is why IHG, with a representative from this region, they are such a dominant force.
Run boost. Now give 9 a little bit of a cue that there's maybe a couple of people lurking in and around ramp. Echo. That wallbang. I could not tell you the last time I saw that one being pulled off. Recently, I saw Fallen on Imperial.
Oh, yeah.
Was it Fallen? Maybe not. May have been Bolts, actually. But either way, one of the vets doing the wallbang, you know, where 9 is now up into apartments. But I've not seen that one converted. A nice shot with the AWP in the meantime. 4 versus 4. All things considered, this isn't a bad round for IHC to be winning. The fact that 9 reoppresses this situation. Oh, when he hits the shot. Brilliant. 4v2, IHC. They can't be tops right now.
That's brilliant. And no, that's so aggressive. I love it. I mean, he's got such confidence with the AWP and it's working. It's so good. Impression now sitting in the smoke, playing anti-flash, but it doesn't really matter. They can piece through. Score can clean him up with ease. Impression will find one of his own, but does not matter too much as it's Annihilation. The 1 versus 3, and he's swung on by the AK. Score does not care. He swung dry, didn't even need a flash. He knew where the AWP was, and he makes the peak work. 7-1, they're 1 round away already from winning at the half.
You can't argue with how good, how definitive this CT side has been. And there is a pause coming in. I can only guess tactical for NKT. 7-1 down. It does feel like a ripe time to call it. I think, you know, a little bit later on in the game, maybe the boat would have been pushed out a little bit too far. Easy to say that they should have called one earlier on, but maybe there was, okay, let's try this instead. Let's try that. Let's, you know, formulate different plans like in that round that we just saw. It was a very apps-focused play, but at the same time, IHC read into that. That was the round that 9 went for the run boost, got into apartments, went very face-to-face with the AWP. There's little things that IHC have done in that previous round to get them not winning. So for NKT, it's that 30-second breather, talk things through, what's going wrong. More importantly, how are we going to fix this? Because we're 6 rounds down on our pick of Inferno. Yeah,
I mean, it's safe to say this one's getting very concerning. 1 round is all that Team NKT have picked up in 8 play onto the 9th now. And you got to look at this round, you can't expect too much from them. They've got just pistols to work with. This one's going to be brutal to even find a bomb plant.
Yeah, tapping away, Cobalt through the smoke. Very free pickup for him. Got to be careful, the flashes are pretty good. Oh, has an idea that Impression would be around score. He'll be able to trade, and just like that, 4 versus 3 scenario. IHC, sure this was against pistols, but they are still very much in control.
3 versus 4 here. I mean, numbers in favor of IHC, the weaponry in favor of IHC, everything is in favor of IHC. But I think in return, though, Score going to need to be slightly cautious. He's a little bit isolated in that aggressive part of the fight. He's re-spoke into his top banana. Now we've been on the clock. NKT, they're going to struggle to even get past this smoke.
Yeah, exactly. And they're going to know that a bomb plant would help so much, and so they will try something. Time on their side as well as NKT. Only 40 seconds to get a move on. And, well, a methodic way to end this round, it feels like. Zion having a good look towards apartments, lurking with the CZ. Smoke dropped in, Blitz. Just delaying even further, mate. 25 seconds, no need to rush the issue too much. Just keep using your util. Keep burning that clock away. AWP of 9's going to find the CZ. 18 seconds.
Yeah, clean up, comfortable, isn't it? I mean, can just tap away now. 2 remaining in. Don't care the boost. Annihilation will fall. Flash comes through, and that's very easy for Score to make it his third in the round with, well, as I said, relative ease. 8-1 is the scoreline. They've guaranteed themselves a lead at the half, and well, the way things are playing out, I'd be very surprised if they don't make it at least 10. This is a really one-sided performance, and a brilliant one at that.
You can't argue, can you, that this has been a brilliant beginning for IHC. NKT themselves realizing maybe this is a meal too big to consume, a bite too much maybe, as Inferno just literally just round by round gets better and better for IHC.
Stunning.
Tapping away with a Tech 9 score. He'll find another. It's a 3K for him. Ultimately going to scoop up the Kalashnikov, the AK as well. It's 9-1. IHC running for the hills with this map one.
It's
sad. It's sad because I thought we were going to get a little bit more of a competitive one for NKT. Maybe their CT side looks a little bit better, but, you know, we're talking literally the second or maybe even the first and the third best team in Asia right now. And this looks like it's, you know, boys against men out there.
It does. It looks like a complete mismatch. And, you know, we were having this conversation about kind of what game we wanted to see. And, you know, if you look at the upper bracket, we're comparing this one towards the Rare Atom game versus our Raft, right? And that's a similar scenario where we say, okay, Rare Atom should walk that one pretty comfortably just because of how dominant they are. But this game looked like it was really potential to go 3 maps because, you know, Team NKT have been super impressive the entire season, only losing to Rare Atom, which is fair enough. I mean, Rare Atom are the champions at the moment. They're the reigning champs. They even beat Tyloo in the final. So they're a very, very decent team in their own regard. But yeah, I mean, not looking good at all. Team NKT cannot even scrape the surface thus far.
It's difficult, isn't it? It's really difficult to sort of reason with and sort of console with NKT as to the reasons why they're losing. They're just second best. There is no other way of sort of explaining or setting up this scenario is that IHC, they are in front. You talk about the aggressiveness we saw with 9 at the beginning. I'm on running at them with the USP, right? Like you can't write that. You can't put that on a script and tell the players to play. It is IHC being very calculative, in some moments being very pressuring and very forward, in others very passive, very in control. No matter what, though, they are a step ahead. And NKT, they're going to try something fast towards the B side. Cobalt, Molly in hand, he's going to hit all the noise, drops the Molly, and it's a double rotate. The Molly has actually landed a little bit too shallow. For NKT, they definitely could have made their move. Score, in the meantime, just going to throw a flashbang, have a little look towards Banana. At least the information of the gunshots, but he was full blind in the initial fight. Cobalt, through the smoke, the USP finding the first site. He'll find a second bomb dropped. Score! It's brilliant. A double kill. C4 gone. Annihilation now to fight for heroics. The flash. Oh, it's great from Blitz. Brilliant. And just like that, the mop-up crew, IHC 10, NKT 1.
It's just, as you mentioned, the boys versus men analogy, the Gold Novas versus Globals. I mean, it just seems so one-sided as IHC, they're making this look easy. And you know what you see from this is each and every engagement, they guarantee themselves multi-frags. That's the biggest difference. You know, NKT find trade, it's always a 2 versus 1 each and every time. And that's why they're always on number disadvantage. Once again, start off the round, not in a great way as 9 will find a nice pick down mid. And there we go, that numbers advantage once again, fouled by IHC in a matter of seconds.
I mean, we can kind of say that NKT are on pistols here, so we're not expecting, you know, God's work to be done in a day. But it is a bit disappointing, right, that even when we are on these pistols, we're very lackluster in terms of the damage that we're doing and sort of the information and the teamwork that just doesn't look to be there. Blitz, I mean, yeah, easy as, just going to mop up 2. Score running through a banana smoke to find a kill. Dobu will do spam to find the trade, but eventually Cobalt will do the same thing as his fallen comrade, and he'll run right through the smoke as well. 11-1, IHC. This is a speedy yet effective start to Inferno.
Well, safe to say this is looking like this might be done already. I mean, you could probably even start to make that analogy and that kind of conversation that potentially this one's done. There's a 10-round deficit that Team NKT have to try and chip away. And how rarely do you see anything of that matter, right? How seldom seen do you see a deficit of 10 rounds chipped away, especially on a map like this, which isn't super one-sided. Nice start, though. Dobu will find the first. 9 goes aggressive. And this time, finally for the first time, pays the price.
Techno, this is brilliant. You're never expecting this if you're Zyne. You've got into apartments, you think, oh, great positioning. Or, you know what? I don't know what the plan was, but if we saw him attempt a knife there, that would have been a bit dangerous. However, we have ended with a man advantage here for NKT.
So now, potentially, this could be a second round on the board here. What can they find? He's getting this close angle. Techno for the first. And he's unscathed, more or less. KNZs will fall. Cabal, though, follows suit. Flashing towards Money Pit. Doesn't fight. It's his target. Techno running out of ammo. But 20 bullets is struggling. And it's a Glock of Annihilation to close things out.
A second on the board for NKT, but how close does that get? How much does Techno need to do in that round?
Exactly.
Gets 3 towards Pit. I mean, the flank from Apartments was super swift. Dobu finding that opening kill always was going to be clinical, but ultimately a 3K in the mini Pit position, not enough to grant them the round. A shame that Cabal doesn't do more damage, but it's 11-2. NKT, the best they can do at this point is 4 rounds on the T side. A very lackluster beginning. A reminder, this is their map pick as well. We were expecting a lot more. We were expecting a bit of a fight from the NKT lads here on map 1.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say it isn't looking too much of it, right? I mean, they've kind of rolled over thus far. At the very least, a second collected. Potentially could make it 11-4 half. It's better than nothing. Or they can cross angle. I mean, he has the right idea, not the right execution, though. Score brilliant. Dobu will fall. Numbers brought down to only a deficit of 1. IHC are making this somewhat doable. They're looking for that 12th.
Nice shot from KNTZ. 2 to find. Elevated angle for Blitz. Hasn't dropped. Zine still fights, and well, that'll cost him his life. Blitz, had he have dropped, maybe the jump. But now it's scoring a 1 versus 3, and if I'm honest with you, looking at the money for that CT side, yeah, it has to be a save call.
I mean, there's no point, is it, right? You know, 1 versus 3. Not going to be able to find his way back into the site, especially with the utility they've got to lock down. Smoking towards Moto, they can drop another one to a short if they really want to. Lock things out, just keep out of the AWP. There's no point. Keep it ticking across, but NKT, much, much better once again. And do you know what it's come off the back of? It's Dobu again finding the opening kill. Taking the man advantage in their favor, and then Team NKT play for the man advantage. That's what they have to do. They play the numbers game. It's so simple, yet so effective. Looking for extra frag score, might be able to get 1 or 2, potentially to try and exit out his way. It'll be kind of risky, but I think he might be in a good position for it. Oh, no, they're going towards B. He won't get anything.
I mean, with this bomb explosion...
Yeah, Annihilation...
Oh, score. Doesn't know about it, mate. Hasn't read his patch notes. What an idiot. I'm joking. He's much better at Counter-Strike than me, so I can't flame too much. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. If you're at home watching right now and pondering how on earth he just died, new update, bomb explosion is like, you know, doubled the damage it does. If you plant default, you can't save Pit, and as you saw, Annihilation, bear in mind it was planted backside, took all the way down to 11 HP. So for those at home maybe that didn't see it, or, you know, live under a rock, don't know about the patch notes, check up on it, go into an offline, make sure you don't do exactly what we just saw there.
Oh, Dobu again. I said his name, and he comes alive. Traded out that 1 though, a nice smoke coming through, gives Score some room to work with, and he might actually want to go aggro here.
Could do. Definitely could do. Whether he does or doesn't, though. I mean, he made the noise as if he is, so impression should have him dead to right, but no, hold on. He's going for the angle. He's actually wanting to take this fight. Techno, he'll find the first impression. I mean, yeah, what do you expect? You've made noise jumping into the angle, and then, you're surprised. You look surprised when you get cleared. It's a bit disappointing. Blitz going to be able to drop a molly, and that might just stop impression. No, a smoke. This could be used gratefully, but at the same time, 50 seconds left, plenty of time. He should be waiting for his teammates. That, I don't know what the call is. I have zero clue what the game plan was, but quite literally, that has lost them this round. And round 15, it's going to go the way of NKT. This looks like it's going to be 4-4.
9, though. Not bad. This find himself at least 1. Potentially look for another. Annihilation at range. Holding the angle. Locking it down. And that's a 4th. At the half, that's where we stand. We'll see you after the break.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Second half underway. IHC a dominant first, 11-4. And a pistol around here might just confirm things and finish things off, Retro.
Pistol really could be the killing blow, couldn't it? Blitz already tagged down to 1 point of health. A fast smoke towards CT. Dobu will emerge beneath and through it. IHC have themselves some serious control. Glock still try their best to spam through. Blitz can just punch in the digits. The bomb plant. 5 versus 5 retake now made down to 4. Resign, he'll pick up 9. Score. Gotta get a couple here. Missed shots. Dink. Oh! And he's found one. A second kill for Score. Now it looks a lot more doable for the T side of IHC. The retake continues, but already a third of the clock burnt out on that C4. Dobu will swing. Techno has him beat. And it's down to 2. NKT, despite a valid start, now a man down, have to make the retake work, and it is just not going to go their way. 12-4, IHC have the pistol.
It all looked so good, didn't it? I mean, when they found that opening kill in that 5 versus 5 retake, I thought, okay, right, it's done. The score goes aggro, and finding a dink on towards both, and then to finish both of them off, that was a turning point. When the numbers swapped hands in that post-barn setup, that's when IHC more or less spot that final nail in the coffin. Now 12-4, they got a well-thought buy to come through with the AK, the Galil, a few Mac-10s as well, and a whole host of utility. And for NKT, they've fully bought in, but there's not really too much on the table for them.
Annihilation, giving it a good go with the Deagle to start things off. Tag for tag. These both around the 50 HP mark. Score as well. Trying to entertain the idea of a B push. Having a good look. It's only the tag damage to begin with, though. Humble beginnings here for the Deagles, and well, there we go. Quite quickly turned around. Dobu, he'll pick up the first.
Not bad. That's all. They'll take it. I mean, I'd be saying, you know, Dobu's been one of those kind of shining lights for Team NKT on their T side when they found some success. It was kind of a lot off the back of him finding an opening kill into his top B. Now, once again, he's found himself a kill and going to make the smart decisions to fall away. But himself and Annihilation have taken quite the chunk of damage, which makes these Mac-10s all the more prevalent.
Does become a little bit scarier, doesn't it? A double stack towards B. So IHC, they've rolled the dice and they've gambled correctly if they are to execute here. The weaker side of the two. Not to forget Dobu's over there on 7 points of health. So as you said, that SMG even more prevalent in this round. Time of the essence. At one point or another, IHC are going to have to make the execute work. Deagle with impression. Going for a happy-esque play. Unfortunately, none of the shots connect. Flashes are going to be good as well. Dobu on the high ground gets caught out by Carbol. Well, the Deagle with impression. Right through, denies the bomb, and a second kill for impression. Sign with a third. It's all down to 9 in a 1v3.
How they made this work? And the AK had no bullets. Oh, that is brutal. That's horrible to watch. I mean, the double with the Deagle, that's fantastic. But running out of, ammo on the AK, that is not the way that IHC wanted to play that pistol. All it took was kind of one flash, and they couldn't get a post-bomb setup or even the bomb down, for that matter. NKT, that is much better. And of course, for them, they get an AK-47 as an upgrade for free.
Still a lot of work to do here, though. Double nades in towards Mexico. 9. Oh, taken down by a spam through the smoke. Annihilation. Brilliantly taken care of. Finding that man advantage. Something that we still struggle with so much on that T side. Now they're on the CT side. They seem to be into the swing of things.
That's smart. I mean, things looking much better for Team NKT. They can start to chip away at this deficit by, well, making this doable. It's the force buy from IHC. I questioned it from NKT in the previous round. They made it work. IHC now need to replicate.
Impression. Getting comfortable towards bottom banana. Slow. Very slow right now for IHC. Realising that they're at the lower hand. Spam. He'll find one more. Dobu adds to the tally. Nice shot from Techno. Very nice shot, actually. No problems whatsoever, though. And, well, there we have it, right? It's looking pretty good right now for NKT to find their 6th.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be very surprised if they don't after this. It's Techno in 1 vs 3. MP9, it's pretty decent going on its day, but against the rifles, I can't expect too much. Okie dokie. Does find himself one with the Deagle. He'll take that all the same, but he's traded out more or less immediately. 6-12. Halfway there to tying this game back up. It's the good start. But of course, for IHC. That was just a low buy. Similar situation towards round number 19. Again, only going to be the pistols coming out. Don't want to overextend too much in terms of their economic situation, so just go for that kind of sort of low buy. A couple of upgraded pistols, not too much. It should be a 7th there for NKT.
Nade. Oh, thought it was going to do a lot more damage than that. I saw all the little yellow traces towards bottom ramp, and I thought we were going to score in the hundreds. It's barely scraped double digits as 9. Only man to take a bit of damage. That nade does a little better. There we go. Chipped away at. That MP9 of impression will be hungry to run through that smoke towards Banana. Zine giving himself a bit of space towards apartments as well. Very, very slow here. Cheeky to see that, there we go, impression finally gets his way into this round with a double kill. $1,200 already gathered. Didn't see Blitz the first time around, but of course, an automatic SMG will happily beat the Glock in that engagement. So a 3K for him. Extra bit of cash. And well, NKT up to 7.
NKT up to 7. There is a rumor, kind of a potential world in which NKT start to chip this game back in their favor on their CT side. IHC, they look a little bit, you know, a bit unstable. We'll put it on the T side thus far. But we'll wait and see how this one plays out. I think it's round number 20 because it's a 4 buy coming out. And just an MP9 for NKT could be the difference maker.
Good look in this round. Definitely would tell us that story. Nades dropped in. Util quite minimal. No man advantage for right now, Neo. Both teams hungry just to keep the numbers game at least level, if not in their favor.
This is a very important round. I mean, both of these two sides kind of fighting for that early bit of momentum in towards this half, and this is the one that probably decides thing. I mean, if IHC find it, it keeps them in the conversation, but if Team NKT do, they can really start to get towards double digits, and that's a good start. Dobu, again, finding that opening kills. He's so good for it.
Definitely has put them in a good spot. Picking up an AK as well here, 9. NKT. There's not doubt their T side was horrific. You know, 4 rounds, not ideal whatsoever. We expect, you know, double that in a good case. But the fact that they're doing so well already on this CT side, despite losing the pistol as well, massive turnaround. Yeah, they've got to be careful here. They've got to be really, really careful.
There needs to be slightly sort of I guess concerned. This is such an important round. IHC let this one slip and then become concerning. 9 gonna find Dobu through the smoke, looking to try and find a double. It's that MP9 of impression at close range, finds 2 of his own, and that might more or less confirm things. They're back over towards the A site. 1 player to deny. It's KNT's, may I say, good for the first. Bomb in front of him, and he makes his second too. Round done and dusted. NKT up to 8 with 3 remaining alive. Really, really good.
Wow. I don't know how we're getting here, to be honest. NKT, I mean, sure, you know, you can win rounds. I'm not trying to say that I'm backing the IHC boys through and through. Our predictions were saying that IHC would win this 2-0, but it's the conviction that they take in these buy rounds. I mean, 3 survived, sure, 2 casualties could have been better. How well these guys look on their CT side. Got to be careful. It is the Tech 9 of Carmel to try and open things up. Low HP. Oh. Okay. How did we have a suicide? Was that... How's that come about? Was that just a visual bug? Or
I have
was that
no idea.
I mean, we're in a 4v4, but someone died. Like, I just saw 3 kills in the feet.
We fell out of the server. I don't know. I actually do not know. I don't know. I was going to say maybe it was own Molotov, but I don't think that was the case. Yeah, that was the case. So it was like... We'll have to wait and see. Either way, utility over towards and actually going to find himself one again. Numbers looking comfortable in their favour. The AWP just picking them apart. And, well, there we go. 2 down to 1. It's 9 left all alone with so much to do, so little to work with. And this one is more or less dusted.
Nice shot. Annihilation will find it. Ah, there we go. So score disconnected that round. That's why obviously he shows that he's alive, but he's not. So a tech pause will have to come in. And there you go, he's vanished. He's gone. He's left us.
There we go.
It's Houdini, mate. Just out of nowhere. So yeah, here we go. Here's the first kill, and then we don't quite get to see it, but he disconnects, I'm guessing. But the HUD didn't update, so
either way, pretty decent resurgence by NKT. Score back in the server too as well. We're now looking towards round number 22. Another scenario for IHC. The full buy comes through, but failing to convert it. NKT more or less can tie this game back up. If they don't get this, it's back to a double eco for IHC.
Desperate times call for desperate measures. Blitz blind as anything. M4's to his left, to his right as well. Standing right beside him. Zyme was able to find the entry. Dead in front of him. Behind the wall lies Impression. Dobu's taken considerable chunks of damage through utility as well. IHC, they explode into this round and a little advantage put their way. Not one that they're going to know about, though.
Thus far, I mean, 4 versus 4. Now there's a little bit more room for IHC to work with it. It's his AWP of an IHC. It's going to be tough to clear. Get the leg. He's so unfortunate to get the kill there, too.
That's brilliant that he finds the damage, though. And that bit is confirmed. 9 now has to play a more passive approach, right? He has to make sure the 19 points of health, or rather the 16 points of health he has left, are going to be used every single block that he can. And well, out from apartments, NKT, they're not going to have any problems with KNTZ doing the things he does. Dobu will find the third. And well, there you go. The low HP man, the last man. It's 9 against 4 here. And despite establishing the 4-on-4 and the B control, although Hectic looked okay for IHC, the A play certainly does not. And 9, he'll meet his demise from the mini pit of KNTZ.
And that was a really poor execute there from IHC. I mean, the way in which they tried to set that one up out towards Apps, the pop, if you're going to out pop, you all have to dive out. One guy stayed behind, didn't even trade as well, one towards the top bulk players. I'm not too sure what the idea was there. They had one player in towards mini pit, not played too well. I mean, it's safe to say that IHC are really crumbling on their T side. It's just not being good enough. We see a pause come through, and I don't blame them at all, because they're back to an awful eco situation where, yeah, I mean, they got a loss bonus to kind of give them some support, but it's not looking great. IHC is a complete contrast to what we saw from them on their CT.
Wouldn't be surprised if this is a timeout called by them now. Really got to consider what's just happened to them. Hit by a ton of bricks, right? 11-4 up. Now it's 12-10, and you won the pistol. Like, literally the round that sets you up to win that entire game, you win. And then you lose the follow-up, which is easier than winning the pistol, in my honest opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
disappointing.
It is getting concerning. It's getting very concerning now for IHC. I mean, it's clear that their seat side was really, really methodical. The way they were setting things up was working quite nicely, and they were super confident in their playstyle. And this is not looking great. I mean, they're fumbling around, they're peeking in one by one. It's no trades coming in. It's such simple CS that they're kind of failing to be able to pull off here. And Team NKT, they're just pulling them apart.
Can't argue against it. Definitely looking to be the better team now, aren't they, here? NKT boys. Just about, I guess, finding some stability. And really putting together a masterclass performance and ensuring the success on the CT side. Warp shot of Annihilation does not connect. And for IHC, considering they're on Deagles, that little advantage definitely will go a long way.
Ooh, impression, though. Not bad at all. Gonna find Blitz. Looking for more as well. Dobu, 1. Score will trade them.
That is a brilliant shot. Brilliant to see. Smoke on the left. Impression. Gonna swing out. Having a good look. Oh, 9. Beats him. Now they've got to go through the CT smoke. Zyme, great flash. Cobbo caught blind. Second player could be in the guillotine as well, but no, the bomb plant will create some space. Annihilation will find another. A Deagle of 9 against 3, and his position compromise could only mean one thing, and that is he'll get flushed out and eventually taken down. A good couple of kills on a bomb plant, but ultimately NKT will find 11.
There we go. Yeah, I mean, the priority, as for IHC, is getting that bomb down, because it allows them now to pick up an AWP, which I think is something that they desperately need if they want to be able to compete. We've already seen Annihilation have a little bit too much room to work with the AWP, so they need to counter him. But much better. They found a bomb plant, few kills here and there, at least gives them some potential confidence, but this is getting really concerning. 12-11, we're back to within 1. Let's see how this one plays out.
He's dropped in, having a good look. The boost. Oh, it's messy from Dobu, but he does find it eventually. First kill for NKT. And once again, on the board, in that 5-on-4, looking so promising here. There's no stopping them, it seems, on this CT side. I mean, their T side, they'll know, wasn't ideal. That halftime switch, though, that is injected fuel into them.
And this is, again, what we were saying about, like, how this is so concerning for IHC on their T side. It's a completely different side. They're a shadow of their former selves, and I'm really worried. I mean, this is again looking like it should be chalked up towards NKT. They got the numbers to play with. Rotation being made back over towards A, and it's the right call.
Taking their time, second guessing the A play here. Techno faking a bit of info, more importantly, manipulating himself and his teammates back towards Banana, back into the jaws of annihilation. His AWP is the only thing holding together this B site for NKT. 30 seconds left. Annihilation on the angle, the flash in perfect timing. The swing comes out, no scope misses, he'll get gunned down, neither shot connects. AK spam from Dobu won't find much either. And with that, the bomb could get set down. 20 seconds left. This is a chance for IHC.
Oh, and he nearly finds one towards the boost as well. Techno needs to be careful now. Dobu going to find one of his own. Impressions to low HP, but the numbers favour the CT side. And Nine. Gonna fall. Oh, that's brilliant. Blitz, though. Trying to find at least a double if he can. The spray transfer is brilliant from Techno. Gonna find himself another 2 to finish things off as Blitz is all. That seals the deal. Finally, since the pistol round, IHC finds themselves around. Ryan, it's about time.
I mean, they needed a round on the board, didn't they? How long were they starved of some success story, right? Unfortunate for them that they are on another full buy here. NKT, excuse me, have a fair chunk of change in their back pocket. They can afford to, you know, sling together the AWP setup, all of the trimmings to a decent investment here. Or ultimately finding a leg shot to Dobu though, down to 16 points of health. Impression playing with fire, quite literally. AWP shots rattle off, but he's traded 1 for 1. Brilliant job for score. Clinical to swing out wide there and get that frag.
And it's important as well because Dobu is low on HP himself, so bit of a, you know, utility can drop him out of that one for not too much of a cost. Now, of course, back over towards the A side, they've made that rotation. They're going to just test those waters, and they've got plenty of time to do so too.
Smoke going to be heard. Molly dropped in. KNTZ, he's going to need a few. Lets him run by for a couple seconds more. Tries to play the trigger discipline, but it's not meant to be. A 3 versus 3. A site theirs, but they've got to get the bomb from Minipit. 45 seconds. There's still plenty of time. Annihilation trying for a out of this world no scope. Won't find the mark, and instead now, bomb will be set down and a 3v3 post plant setup.
I mean, this retake stuff, the 3 are stacking over towards long to try and find their way in. This is a nice crossfire setup, though. All they have to do is buy some time, chip away that clock. As they walk 1 by 1 in towards the AWP, that's going to be the toughest angle to clear.
What is this?
I think
One player saving, 2 people are going. I don't know what the game plan is, mate.
Exits,
surely...
I think. Just pure exits.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the economy's not great, right? So just try and gamble on some exits could work. Score will find himself 1. We've had a second. No, traded out. Trying to stay alive is going to be so tough here. I don't think the AWP's going to be able to survive. He won't, no.
No. I don't know the game plan there. IHC as well, not knowing apparently that the bomb explosion radius has gotten a little bit bigger. But ultimately does not matter. It's a 14th on the board. Desperate times. They needed that round more than anything else. And that they have delivered.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things we were kind of saying about, you know, not read the patch notes. Maybe potentially. It hasn't been adjusted in towards the play yet of kind of how to get away from that radius. It's so big now, right? I mean, that you really have to just force so far away, which allows CTs to play on those exits. And still keeps the economy in check for the C side. Nice opener, score 1 more. The B side becoming very vulnerable now.
And the molly not actually burning them. How on earth?
It landed on his head, just in the air.
I don't know what happened there, mate. Like, usually that burns even if it does do that. 9, oh, slow on the angle. AWP of Annihilation to bring the numbers back down to just 1. Carbol holding the angle, but yeah, it takes the smarter approach for peeking. Okay, never mind, he does peek, and he will be rewarded for it. A 2-on-4, IHC looking for 15, and I think they'll be able to deliver.
I think so too. Should be pretty comfortable, but it's going to find 1 more, or down to 1 man. Impression in a 1 versus 4, and this would require something monumental to be able to deny 15 for IHC. What's 15? 1 run. That's all they need. So close to the end mark here, and I think for NKT, their chances are started to dwindle a little bit. An MP9 coming out, a FAMAS, double MP9 in fact, and for Zion, only a CZ is not really what they were hoping for.
Yeah. This is going to be a pretty swift pickup, or at least it should be for IHC to make it 16. Dobu, he'll find one and a second kill. The MP9 doing God's work. Cobble, low ammunition. KNTZ has to switch to the USP, and it's a 2-on-4. So despite the worst buy, apparently there's still some fight left in the NKT boys.
Go aggro. It works. I respect it. They've at least given themselves a lifeline. I mean, KNT is down to only 4 points of HP, but with the AWP and the AK left in hand for IHC, unless they can find an early kill here, they might even want to be tempted just to try and be a little bit on the cautious side. Now, School has managed to make his way for free. I think he gets Annihilation here for free if he clears this properly.
Should do. Or on the angle, no, doesn't clear it, mate, and unfortunately for them. That will be looking pretty good now for the 1v4 of 9. Well, a 12th on the board. The future could be there for NKT. Is this an overtime scenario? Is this, you know, try so hard, but scoreline too hard to recover? I don't know. We'll see. But for now, this is going to be a 12th on the board for the NKT boys. The money for the T side as well, not too great. So IHC could be in a good position now to lose a few, and NKT can definitely capitalise.
Potential for it. Definitely that. I mean, now, for 9, if you can find a little bit of damage, it'd be great. Even that's a good loss. Doesn't clear the second orange position. KNTs will find himself his second. NKT up to 12. They've given themselves a lifeline to potentially push this towards OT.
Brilliant from Dobu to find 2 there with an MP9. Annihilation picking up another, and ultimately, as we saw, it really was just a mark too far for them to get back into and to try their best here in round 27. So on to 28. And well, a bit of a mismatch buy for IHC. There's an AK on Blitz, everyone else on pistols. There's even a Glock on 9.
Yeah, I mean, he wants to just save kind of to pick up that AWP. I don't really blame him too much. But as we stand, yeah, exactly. I was going to have to use the they're really maybe trying to do something with a hero. AK, it's a 1-for-1. Dobu finds one, but Scoreboard able to take 9. Now they're flooding towards the B site and trying to catch that rotation before it comes in.
Still pushing in, Techno. Oh, clears underneath him, but jumps over Impression. Didn't see what hit him. A nice shot. What is that from Annihilation? And down to a 3v3. Nade damage looks pretty good as well. Flash gives Saw the opportunity to turn away as he does more damage. But it's another Flash. It's more damage. It's all to Techno and Cobble. And the first kill's found. IHC on a half buy. Leave Annihilation's AWP in a 1 versus 2. A Crown Foil on the scope, but he's going to need to put crowns ahead right now and find himself the king of round 28. Otherwise, this one's done. And as he pressures in, the AWP shot misses. Deagle spams way astray as well, does connect to the first, but the nade from Cobble will do it all. And Mat 1 for